Is there a specific period between 1867 and 1968 that you thought was this golden era for black families, or a time that was good for black families?
Joy, I never said that. And see, this is where the gaslighting
I'm going to read what you said.
All I was talking about was the marriage rates.
Stop. No,
Joy,
that's not what you said. Let's play what you said. Play what he said. Play what he said.
Families. You're saying I said it was the golden era.
I'm going to play. I'm going to play what you said.
I said that it was better for black families. I never said that.
Yeah, well, that was something. That's Republican Byron Donalds sparring with Joy Reid and other Democrats about remarks regarding Jim Crow and the era for African Americans. A lot of liberals getting worked over the comment. Watch here.
One of the things that's actually happening in our culture, which you're now starting to see in our politics, is the reinvigoration of black families with younger black men and black women. During Jim Crow, the black family was together. That's right. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative-minded, but more black people voted conservatively.
The Florida lawmaker, Trump VP contender, is with me now. Sir, good morning to you. Quite the dust-up.
Good morning.
I know you disagree with what Joy Reid was saying on MSNBC. What were you trying to say then?
First of all, what we're talking about in Philadelphia a couple days ago was the importance of black families and united black families, growing black families in the United States. That's very, very important. The empirical fact is that Lyndon Johnson's policies, the Great Society, and other issues led to a massive decline in the marriage rate in black America. That is an empirical fact. The problem that the Democrats want to create, and this is a creation on their part, is that because I said Jim Crow, they think I'm talking about some golden era. What's important here in this entire phony controversy is that Joe Biden, his campaign, Democrat leadership, and the terrible press want to make an issue. They want to gaslight black people in this country. They want to make black people think in America that Republicans look at Jim Crow as it was some great time in American history. That is not true. They are gaslighting. They're lying. And so, Bill, to be blunt with you, I'm not going to be intimidated. I'm not going to go and do an apology tour. I'm going to stand up to them in the foolishness that they're trying to concoct, because what they want to see happen is black people, quote unquote, stay voting for Democrats, and they will use race, they will gaslight, they will lie, they will twist words for that to be accomplished. But I'm not going to let them twist my words. I'm going to stand up to them.
Democrat Hakeem Jeffries called it outlandish and outrageous. He went on to say, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Back to the MSNBC interview. Watch here.
You are in an interracial marriage. Your wife is a white conservative activist. Could your family have existed at all during Jim Crow?
No, it could not, Joy, and we all know that. But that's why I am blessed to live in America today as opposed to America during that time. But we cannot ignore the realities of not having fathers in homes. That is important for black people today and all people today as we move forward for a better America.
Seems to be a significant point, and it seems to draft off what you were pushing toward during the event you mentioned there a moment ago about President Johnson's policies that were signed into law. You believe fundamentally that it was those policies in the mid-1960s that led African Americans down a worse road.
Well, Bill, let's be clear. It's not about belief. It's the empirical fact. The marriage rate in black America declined rapidly after the passage of a lot of the Great Society policies. So it was destructive. But let's talk about Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem Jeffries saw a headline from the Biden administration and went to the House floor. He was wrong. And so, look, I'm not going to stand here and listen to Hakeem Jeffries lecture me when the truth of the matter is, if you want to talk about Jim Crow was Democrat Party policies that led to the disenfranchisement, frankly, the terror against black people in America. That's one of the reasons why black people during that time period were voting much more conservatively and have always been conservative minded. That's the overall point, if we're going to be technical about the history. But like I said, they don't want to be technical. They want to gaslight. They want to twist. They want to lie. And so I'm not going to let them get away with that. I'm going to stand up to it. I'm going to stand firm on what I said, because if you're going to talk about families, family structure, and dads being in homes with their wives, raising kids is good for black America, and it's good for all America.
And we're going to see whether or not Donald Trump can attract more African Americans. The polling suggests yes. Byron Donalds, thank you for your time. the Republican out of
Thank you.
Florida. Today we find him in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you, sir. Jillian.
Not a bad spot to be.